Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. You're looking at the Grille, the Tier 5 German SPG. This one's located on the south spawn of Murovanka, and it's under the control, or the command, of Chickens 1003 of the Arty Party. Game on. Okay, 2 marks of excellence on the barrel of that 15cm howitzer. He's capable of doing 480 alpha, 38mm of pin, and 6.7 meters on the burst radius, with a stun duration of between 6.5 and 10.5 seconds. It's an Arty that's been made from the hull of a Hetzer, or rather the Marder. Oh, and what is this M10 RBFM doing? I think that's a little unfriendly, but we won't say anything about it. Don't fire, whatever you do. Okay. Yes, it's made from the hull of a Marder, and in fact, actually, they were made towards the end of the war, between 1943 and 1944. In fact, it's not the Marder hull, actually. It's the Panzer 38, which is, of course, the Czech tank, which has actually been modified. They used the hull because the hull was ultra reliable, and therefore it was a very good carrier for either anti-tank guns or Arty. We fired a snapshot in there because he suddenly saw a Type 64 appear, and he thought, I'll have that, but unfortunately he missed the guy because the Type changed direction at the last moment. Okay, we've got a Firefly making its way down the village, and he looks like a good candidate for a shot, but he's gone straight behind the church, unfortunately, and we can't really get shells the other side of that. Cromwell's gone round there to keep him spotted, though. Okay, as you know, Chickens likes to change his view on a rapid basis, so it's a job for me to catch up with him so we get the right view. Okay, Tiger 1 coming out the forest. No, he didn't manage to get that one in time. It's a reasonably good area to shoot from, mainly because there's so many bushes. You can actually conceal yourself and move about without the enemy being able to work out where you are. That Panzer 38. Now, I'd aim a little further back, actually, and let him just drift into the shell. No, that's going to land in front of him. Well, I was wrong. He actually hit the front of him. Tracked him as well. Picked up 198 off that one, so he did well. I had a feeling that if he'd actually aimed just slightly behind the guy, he would have been able to drift back into the shell. But he's holding the aim on target, fires another one in, and it lands short this time, but still tracks the vehicle on this side of the vehicle now. So we might get some damage assist here. Nope. Well, come on, T-52. We're going to give it another go. He's loaded. That's it. Rounds out. Looks good. That's better. It was a direct hit on him. 199. Stun assist is coming in. And you can see, yes, the shell landed on the turret. And so it's probably taken out his, I would say his gunner, actually, because that's where the gunner sits on that tank. He's going to give it another go. Rounds out again. And this time round, he's wiped out. So that's a good first kill. Now behind him, we've got this BT-42, the anime tank. At least I think it's got an anime crew. It's way over on the other side. So Govica as well, and the Type T-34. Both making their way through the tree line at the moment. It's got a very narrow arc, this Arty. It's only 10 degrees with 5 degrees either side of the center line. And that means you really do need to be careful, because if you just move the vehicle slightly, you're going to have to dial in all over again on the enemy. Okay, Sturemil. And we just saw the tracer coming from the enemy Arty. One's by the cap area, the other one is over the other side of the trees. Good strike! He actually got a penetrating shot there. Sturemil took a hit for 521. Now, the enemy's getting close enough now that he might be able to spot where we are. We've got a Tiger 1 right at the bottom near our cap area, and I just heard the rumble from enemy Arty. and it landed behind us. Now, I suspect that the enemy Arty wasn't aimed at us. It was actually aimed at the T-52, who moved out of that spot just after the fire came in. But he's actually now auto-aimed onto the target. It's the Govica. He's auto-aiming on and dialing in as fast as he can. Lines it up, rounds out. Good shot. Yes! 195 right into the side of the vehicle. And he's gone. And he got the stun assist off that one. The Tiger is now... Oh, he's gone. I thought he was a one-shot, but he's gone as well. So there's 6 left on either team. So it's even Stevens at the moment, but he is doing a lot of damage. Okay. Fire snap. Doesn't go where he wants it to. That T-34 is coming this way. He's getting very close, but our M10 needs to get his finger out now. But I'm not sure if the M10 can actually see that T-34 on approach. Now he's trying to manually aim on him. Okay, he's loaded. Rounds out. Good shot. Oh, he nuked the guy that time. Absolutely nuked him. Shell hit him square in the face. And he timed that one to perfection. And that was a lovely shot. Second kill of the game. But an absolutely brilliant one. 195 hit points just like that. Okay, he's loaded. He's got a target. The Hellcat. Rounds out. And it's another kill. 435 this time. I think he landed that one on the vehicle. And it penetrated. There's only 3 enemies left. There's one of them. The Bishop backing up. We're not fully dialed in yet. He fires snap. And the shell would have hit the target anyway. But there's only 2 remaining now. The Tiger P and the Stura Mill. The Stura Mill's this side of us. So we might get a sign of him. We might spot him as he's coming close. I think he's out for revenge on us, actually, after that shot that Chickens made, which took most of his hit points. There he is. He's inbound. Okay, now he's auto-aiming on, but he's loading. Oh! Well, that was so wrong there, because he wasn't loading. He was actually changing shell, and he nuked the Stura Mill at close range with a shotgun. And that means there's only the Tiger P remaining. He's a one-shot. And we can land a shell on him and wipe him out. 4 kills already. Can he get that 5? Rounds out. Yes! That's a win for Chickens. Good game. Here's the end of battle results, and that was an ace tanker game for Chickens 1003 in the Grille. He managed to get a Reaper badge for consecutive kills with consecutive shots, at least 3 enemy tanks. Got a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He actually ended up with 5 in the end, 1 short of getting a top gun and 1/3 of the enemy team. He also got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 6 in this one, and his win rate was a high one, 9,012. Very well done indeed. 2 shotguns. Well, 1 shotgun really, 2 shotguns actually, if you think about it, because although that one that was aimed at the T-34, it was pretty final and very close range. He did get spotted when he fired, but it was too late for the T-34 to do anything about it. 9,012 was the win rate to that one, very high. Let's have a look at team score. Well, the highest damage in the game turned out to be the Tiger P on the enemy team that he killed right at the very end. That guy got a high caliber for 2,914 hit points. The second highest damage went to the Jackson on our team with 2,843. Third highest damage, that went to Chickens. Yes, 2,326 hit points of damage to him. And when it came to kills, Chickens got the highest with 5. So did Tiger P. They both got 5 kills. And the Tiger P, of course, got the high caliber. 4 kills went to the Jackson. And 2 kills went to the Cromwell on our team. The Stura Mill and that Type T-34. And when it came to base XP, It's third place for Chickens 1003. The Jackson got 1,259. The Cromwell got 1,092. And Chickens got third place with 1,084. But remember, the Grille was tier 5. They were tier 6. And so he was hitting higher. Well, of course, it was a tier 7 game. But he was hitting much higher, hitting higher tier opponents than himself and getting extra XP because of that. Let's have a look at detail. He fired 16 rounds in the game, got 9 direct hits on the enemy and 4 penetrating shots, 7 splash. Damage of 2,326, of which 1,802 were at more than 300 meters. So you can see 500 hit points of damage done at close range to the enemy. Now, can we see which ones he actually penetrated? Well, he penetrated the Emil twice. The Stu Emil took 2 penetrating rounds, which must have been very inconvenient to him. The T-34 took a close range shot, and yes, he got penetrated as well. And I'm pretty sure that Hellcat died with a penetrating shot. Yes, 435 hit points. 1 penetrating round went straight through his armor. He says his name is I Am Cobra. Well, now you're a wreck. So that was a pretty good game for Chickens. And if we go for the rest of the detail, we can see he damaged 6 of the enemy, killed 5, did 466 hit points of stun assist off 6 stuns. On a free-to-play account, he made 76,769 credits, including a 55 mission completion, 55,000 mission completion, and he also got 1,626 base experience points out of that one, including a personal reserve bonus. Very well played, but that's not the only game we've got for you. This game was a fairly quick one at 7 minutes 47 seconds. We've got another game for you to watch. Also in the Grille, also Chickens 1003. So let's have a look at it. The second replay is on the Eastbourne of Malinovka. And game's underway. Well, he's landed in tier 6 game with tier 5 tanks in it this time round. So he's still got an improvement of 10% for every tier 6 that he hits. Looks like he's going to go slightly further up the hill than the M44. Now, my first choice on any of these battles on Malinovka is always to try and put a shell into the spotting bush, because there's always somebody who thinks they're clever enough to outsmart us, and then they end up getting wiped out very, very quickly. I've nuked numerous Type 64s who decided to go to the spotting bush and ended up getting absolutely hammered with 1 round landing inside them. So it's definitely worth it. You never know what's going to happen. But he's actually going a long way up the hill. It's almost like he's leading the heavy tanks up this direction. Okay, he's decided to stop. At this height, he's actually capable of attacking the heavy tanks on the hill. He probably would have been able to do that from a little further back. The good news is now the other heavy tanks know that he's actually going to support them, and that might give them the encouragement to actually go up there and deal with the enemy, because they know that they're going to get some support. There goes the KV-1SA, and we've got one more directly behind us. The Excelsior is going to spot somebody very shortly. Actually, it's not an Excelsior, it's an Excalibur. My mistake. I actually made that mistake in another battle, actually, where I said, oh, look at the Excelsior. And it was actually a different tank. No, it is an Excelsior. I wasn't wrong. Okay, M6, he's trying to dial in. Rounds out. Just missed him. Standard reload for this Arty, 22.53 seconds. And you can see here that Chickens has got it down to 19.83. Now, can land a shell right next door to that M4A1. See if he does that. Rounds out. Oh, oh, now that was good. The shell went to the right and it actually did stun and damage the M4A1. We're now switching to the T1 Heavy, who's slugging it out with our KV1S. And that was a good hit. He's killed the T1. Unfortunately, now we've got a KV2R. That's the premium version of the KV2. But he's backed off. Our KV1SA died. Okay, anticipating he's going to go to the corner where the wreck is. Use that. Oh! Well, the shell landed on the wreck, but it still damaged the KV2R. And it looks like we're getting a bit of assist here from our own Arty. The M44 is firing in the same direction. Anticipating he's going to go around this corner this time to protect himself from the Arty shot. We could go high up near the windmill because that's where the enemy's firing. And now we've got a KV220 fighting our KV2. Now, unfortunately, we just lost our KV2. And that hit the wreck. Unfortunately, it only splashed the KV220. So we didn't get a lot of damage off that one. So only heavy tanks of the enemy team up there now. The 88's pulling back. It might be a better idea to actually pull back down. Otherwise, we're going to be coming face to face with the enemy at short notice. Yeah, I think he heard that. He's actually supporting the Wizzy. Enemy RT firing. He's firing this way. And he didn't fire this way. Actually went behind us. And the second one landed behind us as well. So he's not going for us, but he is firing in our general direction. There's a rumble again. Now, it seems to me that that must be the Fifi that's firing. That's why we're getting that frequent rumble. Okay, can we get a shot? Yes, direct hit. Now, if the enemy RT is firing in this direction, it's probably that they know or can see the tracer coming back up at them. Ah, now we've got a 60 GFT. I'm still hearing that rumble in the distance. Rounds out. And it's a one-shot kill. 98 hit points, second kill of the game. And the RT is getting closer to us. So I suspect it is the 1 in 5 FH18B2 that's firing at us. Yep, frequent shots at landing. It might even be that the FV304 is also firing in this general direction. It's every few seconds we're getting another shell inbound. So both RTs appear to be coordinating. It's getting closer and closer. Yep, you can hear the rumble. And again. At the moment, they're wasting shells because they're firing blind. And again, this one's closer. Or it sounded closer. Okay, we're indicating we think that the enemy might be in the low ground coming down off the hill. But the KV-2R is actually still up on the hill. But he's a one-shot now. Let it settle, let it dial in. That's it. Very narrow arc, remember. So he fires in, and he gets him! But we did get spotted because there is an enemy tank nearby. It's a Mitsu. We need to move quick because otherwise the enemy Arty will get us. Okay, there's the enemy Arty firing in. And yes, they were trying to get us. The Hellcat managed to get the Mitsu, but now we've got all these trees have been knocked down for us. Not by us, but by somebody else. We've got an E2, the Sherman Jumbo, sitting in that wood. Oh, that's a good hit. A bit of a snap, but it was accurate. And now we've got the enemy Arty trying to nail us. Okay, we just need to take out... Oh, Sherman Jumbo gone. Yes, you can see where the enemy RTs are located. They're actually up on the hill at grid square C5. That's where they are. That's where they're firing from. They're close enough now that they can both coordinate. Both the FV304 and the VP are working together. Yep, they're definitely trying to get us. I think they saw the tracer coming out from the woods. Or from amongst the trees that have been knocked down. Unfortunately, our teammates are fairly close to us and they're very low on hit points. Which means a shot that we fire might actually attract fire on our teammates instead. There they are. We don't often get to see it in this way, that our teammates are taking fire for our shots. Well, as far as we can make out, the KV on the enemy team, the KV-222, still up on top of the hill. So's the M6. And that's a direct hit. Someone was using the wreck as cover, and he just took a direct hit. And I suspect that might be the KV-222. And both parties have fired exactly at our position. So we're going to put another shell in there. Rounds out. Well, it didn't hit somebody this time around, and I think that may have been because whoever it was moved, but we're getting extreme amounts of fire going into those woods where we were. Okay, it would be possible to do counter battery. There's one of them, the Nashorn. Okay, see what we can do with him. He was obviously spotting. Line up, that's it, just ahead of his path, rounds out, looks good. Kill shot! Perfect shot, did it exactly right. Let the guy walk back into the shell, and he did. That was an excellent one. So we're one up on the enemy at the moment. Enemy Arty's been running out of shells. They've been blasting them in, but not really getting anywhere with it. Yes, they're firing blind. Their shells are not hitting anyone. Okay. Aiming for the wreck again. Getting short on time now. There's one of the enemy. It's the FV304. And they've moved a little closer. They were actually near the dip. Now, he can run away because he's got the ability to, but if he stays where he is, he's going to get wiped out. And that's a kill shot. Lovely shot. 315 hit points, takes out one of the Artys. They're down to 5 now with 2 minutes to go. Only problem is we've got to either cap out or kill all. And at the moment, it doesn't look as if it's possible. If those 2 heavies are still up the hill, there's not much we can do about it. We need somebody to go up there and spot them. Somebody on the enemy team actually drowned as well. Looks like it was, is that T-3485? Well, we found 2 of the enemies. We've got a Hellcat, and the other one was, I think it was the BK-3001H, and he's just been wiped out. Rounds out. This looks good. Oh, went to the left. Unfortunate. Got 1 round of HE, but we don't need to use it because that guy's out of the game. So there's only the Fifi and the 2 heavies left. Into the last minute. I think this one's going to end up a draw, I'm afraid. Okay, they found one of the enemy tanks. It is, in fact, the M6. Okay, we're dialing in as quickly as we can. He's gone. That means now it's just a KV-220 with 30 seconds left on the clock. And he's been found. Now, did we get spotted? Okay, he's going to the aim. There you go. Can he get this kill? We just don't know where the Fifi is. He fires in. Oh, he hits him with a heat round. Unfortunately, it doesn't stop him. And the Excalibur just killed the enemy RT, so it's just the M6, the KV-220, and that's it. Game over. It's a draw. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was the second-class tank for Chickens 1003 in the Grille. He managed to get a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He actually got 5 again in this game, and that's 1/3 of the enemy team and 1 short of getting a Top Gun. He also got a Bruiser Medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 11. And his win rate from this one was 5,435 for the second game in a row. He's managed to get a Super Unicum Standard, even though this one they didn't get a win. Let's have a look at team score. Well, we can see the highest damage in the game went to the M6 on the enemy team. He managed 2,137 hit points of damage. Second highest damage went to Chickens. He got 1,709. And the third highest damage, well, that went to the KV-2R on the enemy team with 1,405. When it came to kills, Chickens got that one. 5 kills to him. 2 kills to the Excalibur and the Hellcat on his own team. And on the enemy team, only the KV-2R managed to get 2 kills. And when it came to base XP, it was Chickens again, yes. 584 to him. 510 went to the M6. And 491 went to the Excalibur. So he got the highest number of kills, highest base XP, but sadly only second on the damage. And unfortunately, his team just weren't able to move up the hill to find out where those heavies had got to. Because if they had gone up to spot, I think then they might have had the chance to take them out using the Arty. And that would have made the difference, because then they could have gone to the enemy cap and capped out. If we look at the detail, 18 shots fired, 6 direct hits on the enemy, and 3 penetrating shots and 8 splash. Damage 1,709, of which 1,533 were at more than 300 meters. Now, which ones did he penetrate? Well, pretty sure that he penetrated that Nashorn. Yep, he got him, 386. The FV304, he hit that guy in the rear as he turned around. 315 hit points and went straight through his armor. And of course, the 60G FT came down the hill, but stopped and turned into a wreck. He got penetrated for 98 hit points. He did receive 1 hit by way of splash from the enemy Arty. It didn't actually damage him, just got close. And 9 enemy vehicles were damaged, 5 were killed, 324 hit points of damage assistance, 586 of stun assist of 6 stuns. On a free player count, he actually made a profit of 15,830 credits from the game, and he took away 584 base XP, because there were no multipliers on this game because it was a draw. But just goes to show you can put in a huge amount of effort, and Chickens really did in the second game, but he just couldn't get the win because his teammates weren't willing to find out where the enemy were. They just sat on the hill hoping that the enemy were going to come down the hill one by one, and so they could take them out. Well, they really did need to be spotted, and that's unfortunate. They left it so late that in the end we did see the KB220. Everyone else had been wiped out on the enemy team. We just saw the KB220, but it was a bit of a snapshot to try and get him, and we just couldn't get him in time because nobody was spotting him to enable us to get a second shot. So I hope you enjoyed both those replays. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.